I think they are all depending, or they all develop from their particular backgrounds. If you look at Lyon, Lyon wanted to become a European capital of light, and so for them it's important to have a big festival, big installations, huge amounts of audiences, and a big event for 4 days. And their festival is rooted in a national, or not in a national, in a local holiday. Their festival, their event is rooted in a local holiday that goes back to the 19th century, and they made it big with their festival. If you look at a city like Lüdenscheid or at Eindhoven, which I founded as well, then it comes from the lighting technology, because you have the companies there that take care for lamps and lighting fixtures, and they say, okay, let's put some energy to celebrate light, and then you have a different development. If you look at cities like Frankfurt, you have a festival accompanying the fair. The idea in the beginning was that those who go to the fair go to the festival in the night. That never happens because the fair people are busy, but it became popular in the city. So you have different accesses, and therefore the ideas, how the profiles and formats develop are differently. If you look to Frankfurt, there's no curation, so everybody who knows how to switch on a light bulb can become part of the luminale, and that's different than what we have here. If you look to Berlin, then you have a festival that goes for the standard, for the Berlin landmarks, and tries to color them, and that's different what we do have here. I actually think that the difference is not that big. Everybody told me before I started to work with those partners, everybody told me it will be very different, and it's almost impossible to do a good light festival and so on. But it's actually the same, because the first thing is we have to get the night back. So we have to switch off the light that is there. And usually we find partners, because it's exciting to see things in a different light. So usually you have to find your partners. If you find your partners, then you have the dark as your canvas, and then you start working. We have been exchanging works all around the world, coming from different festivals. So we bring somebody like Robert Sochatzky with the big poster work in this edition of LichtRouten. He just has been to Peru, and he was highly appreciated because I worked with the curator there. And other works from like Francesco Mariotti we had here in Lüdenscheid as well, and he went to Singapore and they liked his work as well. So I think it's really nice that there's an international network, and that we try to promote each other's works, which we can come up with during the festivals. I think there is a new festival emerging in Ghent, in Belgium, and Kat Herbrand is the curator there, and I think she actually does an amazing job. That's quite good to see. Then maybe we could have a look at Marianne Kyriakou, who is actually now a lighting professor in Detmold here in Germany, but she has been curating, she has been the founder of the festival in Singapore, and she is the curator of the festival in Sydney. So those are people I'm working quite closely with in order to develop qualities further. It's a fairly difficult question, because I try to be ahead of everybody. But I'm looking towards Ars Electronica. I think it's for media art. It's an amazing festival to get an idea what's going on there. I try to be familiar with what is going on in lighting design, and I think it would be actually nice to have a festival that really focuses on the particular qualities of lighting design. And I'm trying to be aware what is going on in the theater and dance world, because they have been changing as well.